you join me here at Loudoms. I've come over to Nottingham, back to the original dealership where we bought the motorhome. We've come over now to have some warranty work done. Our warranty is up in about 6 months' time, so I just wanted to make sure that the small things that have cropped up in the last couple of months, that we get those done before the warranty runs out. So just running through those, there's the cooker where the hob isn't working properly. So this one works. This one works. Oh, that's not right. It's not the right thing. That one works. This one, nothing. So that's one of the issues we need looking at. Now we've also got a blind not working. So this is how the blinds should be. So you undo that, and that should be able to come down part way. This one now, its string has gone, something's happened, so we have to sort of lock it at the top. So the next is the waste water sensor. That stopped working. We'll just have a look. This is the readout. This is a leisure battery, so it's showing 14.3 plugged in. Actually, when we unplug it, it's at 10 volts. The battery has gone complete flat. We're about to replace it. And there's the fresh water and the wastewater, and yet there is water in there. It should possibly read in about 25%, I reckon, at the moment, because we didn't have a chance to empty it at our last place we've been at the weekend. So it is just a sort of sensor that dips down into the water, and we have wiped it in the past and that worked, but wiping it this time we can't get it to work, so that needs looking at as well. We also have decals missing from the outside. Can't show you that at the moment because it's raining and it's dark, but it took us 2 years to actually notice that one side of the cab was different from the other side of the cab. When we look back to photographs of when we first had it, it's only because we were on site and we saw another motorhome identical to ours, apart from the cab, so we noticed that. But Bailey are going to sort that out, so they said. And lastly, for the moment, there is one of the external locks is not locking properly. You've got 2 locks on each of the doors. One of them's not working, so hopefully they can do that. Might just be an adjustment. We'll see. Now, having said that, on the way here, driving in the dark, I noticed the running lights weren't working either, but the running lights come on when you open the door. So whether they'll have time to look at that tomorrow, I don't know, but I'm hoping so, because I've got to drive back in the dark and it's not entirely safe, I don't think. I'm not sure if it's legal or illegal. Obviously the front of the motorhome is okay, and the back of the motorhome is okay. It's just the lights down the side. So the only problem is it's an hour and a half to get to Lowdhams, so I've driven over. I'm staying on their campsite, which is free if you bought something from here. If you buy a motorhome or caravan from Loudoms, you get membership of the My Loudoms Club, which gives you a discount in their cafe, and it allows you to stay on their campsite, which there's about 7 or 8 other motorhomes parked up here tonight as well. So all that is free. The usual facilities, electric, water, waste. There's even somewhere to wash the motorhome by the looks of it down the end as well. And it's secure. There's a locked gate to get in, and the external gates are also locked, and there's a 24-hour security guard. So I got here quite late, about 7 o'clock, pitch black, but you drive up to the gates. There's a number on the gate, you ring them, and the security chap then comes out and lets you in and gives you the pack of information that you need to stay on the campsite. And I'll just give the keys and those things back into reception when I go tomorrow. So I'm going to take it in about 8:30, and they're going to have it for most of the day. So I'm going to entertain myself for about 7.5 hours. So I've got a list of things to do. Bought my laptop. There is a very good cafe on site. There's some nice places to walk to, a little village, etc. All depends on the weather. It's meant to be quite nice. So I'll go to reception and just check permission for videoing, which I did last time and they were fine about it. And I'll give you a look round Loudoms. It does look like they're doing some development work. There were lots of bits of scaffolding up as I drove in. But we'll see if we can look at the shop and maybe some of the motorhomes. They're not Bailey dealers anymore. They've given that up, but they are Swift dealers and dealers for some other motorhomes. Can't remember what they are, so we'll have a look tomorrow. We're parked up right at the end with the electric there. Sun's just coming up. And, there's a number of vans. Things just about to start moving. Service opens at 8:30, so we're now just getting ready for that. Empty the water, do the electric, and go and take it in. So I couldn't find any grey waste emptying, so just having to go down the chemical toilet area. But it does say grey. It does say wastewater on the side. So that's got to be right, I think. Otherwise, quite a big area here. With water, fresh water, etc. So this is a sunlight. A huge boot. Lots of storage on the side of the boot. Lights, sockets, some sort of railing. Oh, fixed down railing, that's good. Okay, excuse the noise, there's building work going on. This is a Sunlight T68C, which is basically 7.4 metres. Sort of coordinated awning. So I've not seen a Sunlight before. This is lovely. 7.4 metres, 3.5 tonnes. Lovely spacious front area. Not sure if that's an electric table or not. We can have a look. It's on a Fiat cab, manual. It's got a lovely feel to it. Quality seats. Very comfy seats, gotta say. Although my feet don't touch the floor at the moment, being short. It's a nice locking mechanism. Space above. Not too much space, but you don't really need that much. And you can actually reach the roof, which you can't reach the skylight in the Adamo. Okay, smallest kitchen. But 2 rings. I've got to say we don't use all our rings at the same time. Fairly small sink, but that's okay. It's got some hooks there, that's quite nice. Storage space. Got light switches underneath. More light switches. Okay. Nice mirror. Coat hooks. What have we got here? So trauma heating. That's good size
freezer. And a good sized fridge. That's down the bottom. And storage space for your pots and pans. Separate shower. It's a decent size. It's a little bit dark in here. Fair enough size. When you've washed your hands, you turn the tap off, all this gets wet on ours, and that seems to be the same problem. There. Little shelves. Can't see a light in here. Where's the light switch? Shelf. I'm sure that's something there. Storage options on the back. There are lights there, but I can't see how to switch them on. Okay. Good sized bed. Can act as 2 singles or a double. I bet that pulls out, which I'm not going to do now. Storage underneath. Storage underneath there. Quite a lot of storage down into there. Now I'm not going to do it, but it might just fail the sit up in bed and drink a cup of tea test. You have lots of cushions. Having said that, you have got all this storage around the side. It's quite deep. Yeah. For the price, that's one we would consider, I think. It's just we do like sitting up in bed and drinking a cup of tea. Can't see any option for putting the TV into the bedroom, but got to say we haven't done that. Is there somewhere you could put the TV down here? Can't see anywhere obvious unless I've missed it. So I've got a seat belt there. So there's at least 3 seat belts, if not 4. Blown air heating. Got sockets at the front, which is good. 4 seat belts. Oh. Very nice. Right, so it's very busy inside Loudoms itself because there's building work going on. They are extending the actual inside viewing area, and at the moment they're also moving some of the vans around, so it's a little bit tricky. Just managed to do 1 van inside, although they were very welcoming. No problem with me filming. I always check if I go somewhere like here if it's okay. So this is the outside stock. There's a huge range of Hymers and Swifts, Dethleffs. Not sure if that's how you say it. And of course Swifts, which they're main dealers for. So we'll have just a wander around the front. So we're starting off here. High style extra 640 at 90,900. 3.5 ton, just about 7 meters long, 4 berths. And then this one's a 674 high style extra, 96,290. 684, 92, 490. 4 berth, and that one is 7 meters, 0.8, slightly longer. Style extra 694, 93, 290, 8 meters, 22, getting longer. For 76,000, the Voyager 594 extra. That's got a price on. This is a Voyager 574 extra at 79,185. Voyager 564 extra, 75,888, 7.2 meters, 3.5 ton. Voyager 540 extra, 75,485. Voyager 505 extra, 73,285. And then this one here is a lot more expensive. Well, we're on to the Kontiki 784, and that's 105,290. Would be very nice to have a Kontiki. Good quality vans. And then on this side, no price on that one. Well, that's a 4.5 ton high style extra 674. Now on to Chasson. So my French accent, Chasson. Don't know if that's how you say it. This is a first line 640, and it's 72,776. So S514 first line, 61,276. Now that's crossed out because, don't know, because the grabber parking price is the same. Not sure on that one. What's that? ETAP line 650 at 78,776. We'll have a look and see if we can get in any of these later. I'm not sure if they're open at the moment. Titanium line 650 at 82,905. Nice looking vans. And this has got the awning fitted. Also continental doors, which I hadn't been pointing out. So with British vans, the habitation door is obviously on the other side. If you do a lot of touring in Europe, it's probably best to have the door on this side. And that's a first line 720 at 7,000. So that's a first line 720 at 74,776. And then the big boys, the A classes. So we would expect, as you see, the price to shoot up. So I'm not sure how Dethleffs, is that how you say it? Trend. Is that I757 EBL? At 122,786. But there, that's a beast. $155,000 for an Esprit A class. Is that 71502 DBL? and then, crikey, 189,240 for a Globetrotter XLI 7850/2 EB. But quite rightly they're saying, please ask to view. Look at the space at the front of these things. See, in my mind I feel that's a bit of a wasted space. What do you do with that space? I don't know. But it must be nice to have that airy feeling. I quite like the idea that you've got this little shelf to the side, so they're quite wide, whereas ours obviously goes in at the cab. You gain that bit of space on here. A little bit tighter when you're going through gates. The nice thing about mine, as you've probably seen on some of my videos, if I hit the wing mirror, I know I'm probably going to hit the body, but I've got time to stop before I hit the body when I hit the wing mirror, which I have done a few times. Now this is a tag axle, so it's got the double wheels at the back, so it's called a tag axle. Huge boot. And that looks like a similar camera to I've just had fitted. So you've probably got the twin view. You just have the one camera, but you get the two views. And then on here, 189 for a BMLI 780 Hymer. Right, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say much here because it's so noisy. But I'll just show the front of the Swifts that they've got on show here. Oh, says he's looking at an auto trail. So if you're watching this video, it is the 1st of December. I think it is the 1st of December 2025. And there's an Adama. $66,000. At the end. $69,000. Okay, work our way back up and just see if we can look in one or two of these. Obviously I've chosen one I can't pronounce. Is that Accessory 384, 76,999. Seats 2 berths, 4 seat belts. Have a quick look inside. Dethleffs Trend I6877, sleeps 5, and it's got 4 seat belts, and it's just under 7 metres and just under 3.5 tonne. A class. So we've come back to the Kentucky. This is a Kentucky 784. Sleeps 4 seat belts. It's just over 7.5 metres, so it's 7.8, well it's closer to 8 metres I suppose, and it's a 4.5 tonne vehicle, so you need your C1 licence, but most people of our sort of age have that. Younger people will have to take the test. It's 105,290. So let's have a quick look. So this is the shop at Loudoms. It's a large area, but apparently it's going to be even bigger once they've done the building work. Now this end we've got some of the awnings, and then we've got the normal accessories at the other end. So we'll just have a wander down and look at some of the awnings that they've got. Of course, the tables. And ground sheets. So we've got these type of Isabella seats, which are very nice. They're very light. Highly recommend the Isabella seats. Very comfy, very light. Not a bad price either. So some of these will be for caravans. Quest Falcon Air Shield windbreak. So 3-panel at $269. Nice. Lots of stock, lots of different chairs. Breathable awning camping carpet, £45, not a bad price. Larger ones, £54. Caravan awning. Isabella windbreak. Mango chairs. Put those on up to see. Sorry, that is very comfy. It's padded. Yeah, oh, I like those. We are on the lookout for some more chairs. The Isabella ones are alright for sort of sitting up at a table, but for the more sort of chilling ones, the ones we've got are sort of feeling their age a little bit, I think. These are very, very comfy. Huge as well. Get me and the dogs in this one. Not too heavy. It's not a bad price at £55. £75. Oh, that's an oversized chair. That's why it was huge. Probably get me and the dogs in that one. But these are large enough. Let's say. Like that. So this is a bit like the one we've got. The trouble is, ours has got a bar underneath there, and you can feel that. So we are on the lookout for something different. Possibly when we go to the NEC show. Feels nice quality. Oh, well, that is very expensive, but you can feel the quality, as they say. That That is lovely. That just, I don't know what it is, it just supports you in the right place. Supported. I do like that. I'm not sure. Not sure whether I can actually justify that myself at the moment. But I might go for that Van Gogh one later. So this is the accessory part. Huge amount of accessories here. Everything you could think of. And I'll be coming back up here before we go, just to get a few bits and pieces. Both caravans and motorhomes. So there's all the different sorts of steps. Sleeping bags. And all your chemicals. So I'm possibly going to be trying some of the Sol Bio if they've got it. There we go. Everyone keeps going on about the Sol Bio. That one's on a tap system. That would be good. So we're coming back up. Some of that later. We tend to use these just for convenience at the moment. Range of kettles and toasters. Induction hob seems to be the new thing. £49. For cooking outside. Air fryers. Your gas requirements. Torches and lamps. There's a posh carpet. Actually, it's only £18. Semicircle. Oh, that's quite nice. So like a doorstep. And I seem to like the brand Yeti here. There's quite a few of those things. Heaters. Size bowls. Collapsible wash basins are quite good. And relevant doormats. Could do a doormat, I think. Yes, might have to come back. So that's a proper doormat. What are these? It's a lighter one. Not a bad price. It's about £7. Machine washable. Your cooking needs. We have got one of these that we use outside when we've got electric. Absolutely brilliant. Heats up so quickly. You can do a full English breakfast on there. And £36. that's ideal for electric cooking outside, and all the fat drips off the side. Little train, you can take it out. Some pans. Quite like the deep bowl. Some of the vans we've been in, there's no way they would fit in some of those sinks, but these would. It's the small things you don't think about when you're buying a motorhome, is whether your washing up is going to fit in the sink. Sorts of caddocks. Interesting, they don't have the caddock that we just bought. Well, it's similar to this. Don't get me started on the quick release part of it. If you've seen my video, you'll know. Okay, and then just to finish off, we've got covers. Never have ours. Still enough to put a cover on it. Purifying tablets for cleaning your fresh water. Aqua roll fillers, etc. Blanco, this is what we've got. It's very good. That's a very big grip.
Are they short or long? Short or long?
The mirror protectors which you need. Your dynamos are on the long arm. There's two different. Make sure you get the right one. There's a long arm and a short arm if you're on the transit based system. So I've only just noticed where they have the caravans, they've now got camper vans as well. So just have a stroll down and look at some of these. Not heard of Sunlight, but it seems to be a brand that they're going to feature quite a lot. There's no usual one with a pop top. It's a lot of these sort of off-grid feel. Quite a lot. I've not seen a Malibu Carthago that size. Looks like the price there, still quite expensive. Certainly a good stock of camper vans. Obviously a slightly smaller footprint than a motorhome if space is a premium. this. Nearly time to hopefully get the motorhome back. Just going to pop up to the shop and pick some things up. So back from Loudoms last night in the dark, and just to sum up what happened, all the warranty things that I went in for, they all need parts ordering for. So the decals, they had part of the decals but not all of it. The gas ring hob problem is a valve, so they need to order the valve, and various other things. Basically I've got to go back again in January. The running lights, which was an extra, and they did look at the running lights, worked on the way home. They said they worked in the workshop, they couldn't find the problem. However, I know what it is now. I know what causes it. When the auto start engages, so the engine switches off in the traffic jam, the lights go off and then they don't come back on. So I'll be letting them know about that. We often don't have the auto start switched on anyway because it messes up the fridge and all sorts of things, but it should work properly with the lights, shouldn't it? So we'll be sending a message through about that. But it did mean I had the lights working as I came home last night, because I managed to stop at traffic lights, switch the whole engine off, back on, and the lights came back on again. So might be worth noting if you have the same sort of problem. So was it a wasted day? No, it wasn't a wasted day. They know what they're doing now. It's all been approved sort of under warranty. I don't have to pay anything. And I did come away with the chair that I looked at, which was £55. But when I went to buy it, just before I picked the van back up, it was the only one left on the stand. It was a showroom one, so I got it for £40. Can't grumble at that really. So not a bad day at Lowdhams, and I'll be off again, maybe January, maybe February. Watch this space. If it's been useful, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. It is fun. See you next time.